Coach, you're 2-0 for the first time since 2013. Talk about what that means to you.
Well, thank goodness they don't give style points for wins in football. But I'm very proud of our staff. I'm very proud of our players. We've really stressed with these guys the last 2 weeks that there's going to be times in these both weeks. There's going to be times when we talked about you're going to be under stress. There's going to be situations that don't go well. Very few times in football can you overcome three turnovers on offense. Very few. I mean, typically that doesn't end well when you do that. So again, in a different way than week one, I'm very proud of our young men. They just kept playing the next play, and it's a process in learning how to win, how to handle success, understanding that winning is hard. You just played a team that went 7-5 a year ago. They won their first game by a large margin. There were a team that plays with they're very athletic, play with a lot of confidence. My hat's off to them. They're very well coached. And I can't say enough about how Prairie View competed tonight. And again, what was interesting was going into that game today and some of our meetings in our chapel earlier before the game, we had talked about, that your trials and tribulations are going to produce endurance and perseverance, and that's going to build your character and refine your character, which eventually is going to prepare you for your calling. Our calling is to try to win a championship, and games like that help you do it.
We'll talk a little bit about, those last two scoring drives, converted some big third downs.
Yeah. Kind of goes back to week one. That was the difference. I felt like, on defense tonight, I know in the first half we gave up 2 first downs. We gave up some big monster, like third downs, double extra long, which was a little frustrating early in the game. Got to learn to come out of the gate, but that happens with we got an inexperienced young defense, so we just got to get these guys to come out of the gate a little earlier. And but man, I like the way that when stuff has happened the last 2 weeks, we've gone down in both games, and our defense just keeps getting better and keeps getting better as the game goes. And when they were 0 for 6 in week one, it was kind of hard to figure out, okay, how these guys, what are they going to throw? So there was a little bit of an unknown in terms of what to expect from the passing game, and some of those guys, they had some pretty good matchups on us there early, but again, I thought our players responded. I give our kids all the credit, man. They stayed poised. There's just no panic whatsoever on the sideline. And that's what happened. The end result, our guys just kept playing the next play, that type mentality, and all of a sudden you convert big third downs, put drives together, move the chains, and then you score. And that's what we got to continue to do.
Everybody likes to talk about, well, we made all these adjustments at halftime or whatever. Was there any of that, or is that guys just played, especially on defense?
No. There's no such thing as halftime adjustments. That's a coach speak. You better be making those adjustments between the series, because if you don't, you won't make it to halftime. You won't win. So we try to make them in between the series, and we got great communication from the box, and we make adjustments as we go through the game, and that's why you see us just continually getting better. And again, that goes back to that other cliche that we talked about last week. Oh, most people make their most improvement from week 1 to week 2. I don't buy into that. I buy into just trying to get better every single day. At the end of the year, we'll be this much better. And man, I'm excited to see what these young men can become, because we haven't scratched the surface.
Talk about the second half tonight. You scored really 14 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's a big fourth quarter. Talk about McCowder and his performance in that.
Yeah, at quarterbacks, I mean, when you lose that confidence and man, I have great belief. I got great belief in our staff. I got great belief in our players and our kids. And just because things don't go your way in a half, you can't just go, oh man, let's put a new guy in, or let's do something different. Or you just got to stay the course. We know what he's capable of doing. And again, these guys have been here. Some of these guys that we're just trying to get it all ironed out. And I think that's why the team you see now compared to the team you're going to see toward the end of the season, I don't think it's going to be the same, because they're hungry to want to get better. They're hungry to man, our camaraderie, you know, when you bring in that many new people and you can just see our guys pulling together, there was nobody, no bad body language on the sideline, nobody panicking, and we just stayed the course and grinded. That's just a grind. You grind it out. You just grind it out. And when you do that, like you turn the ball over 3 times on offense, you know, hey, you've put the game in jeopardy. Now we're just going to have to figure out a way to win.
Well, talk a little bit about that Texas Tech connection there. You come here from Tech, you bring McIver, Castles, both had a big impact today.
Well, I mean, I coached against them, obviously, you know, every spring and during fall camp, so I knew what they were capable of. And, you know, when I went to Jed's spring game, going into his senior year, I mean, he was playing free safety. I mean, he was back there, a big old tall, skinny kid. And then they sent me a picture of him later on during the fall, and I was like, well, I mean, I didn't even recognize him. And, you know, he's 6'7", and he's got kid's got 3-4 years left of eligibility. Maverick's got 3 years of eligibility. I mean, so we're not just building a team, we're trying to build a program. And that's what our kids have bought into, and they continue to buy into daily.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
You bet. Thank you, guys.